can we be in the room when we're not in the room? And how do we bring each other into spaces and be community-minded? It's easy to be an organization in a space and be thinking only about our organization and only about our resources, et cetera, et cetera. And it's easy to, I think, hoard and potentially like not connect the community in ways that you can or should. So sometimes I find myself connecting more folks to other things than I do even with our own organization. I'm like, oh wait, we should probably have that conversation too. So that's something I think that's really important. Trust and follow through. I think there's like easy answers to this question, like the inability to braid funding, certain funding sources, and there's a lot of restrictions around funding, particularly government funding, that really makes our work hard to innovate. And I think the system sometimes forces us, particularly the nonprofit sector, into a scarcity mindset, when really we have so much to offer, and we need to be in those spaces thinking from an abundance mindset, like how do we bring our resources together. And I'll give you a quick example. And one of the ways that we've really relied on partnership is the hip hop therapy program we've had at Keithley Middle School has been really incredibly successful. Lots of kids engaging, lined up at the door. We were actually a little bit worried that we used the word therapy in the program title because we wouldn't want kids to be sort of any stigma around mental health, and it wasn't an issue at all. I think the people who ran the program are amazing, and it's been great. But we lost the therapist that was providing those services, and we were devastated about that, and we were really bummed. And it's hard to find a mental health therapist who's also a hip hop artist. So. You know, we tried to do different networking and et cetera, but knowing that this youth wellness zone work was going on, it was just like, how do we bring these services together and really partner? So I asked Ashley and Claudia to go out to happy hour with me, and that's where the magic happened.
He tricked us. That's what he did.
So like, how do we bring our resources together? Anyway, through a series of, like, we all brought different partners to the table, and just had a series of meetings where we just kind of tried to figure out how do we put services together in a way that really honors the true intention of what we were trying to do. And not all of those partners who are at that table are going to be continuing on, but they're going to be engaged in other ways. And so, you know, long story short, we're now subcontracting those services through another entity that can provide those services in the ways that we intended. And so I'm happy to say those services are starting back up next week again. So it's awesome.